This week on Machinery Pete TV, we close out the Ken Darby retirement sale with a beauty, this 2011 CaseIH 1250 16-row planter. This super rare Silver King high crop is a family treasure. And Pete talks to the folks at Big Iron about the strength in the used market.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a Big Iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. For farmers working to lift, change, and repair tires, check out the Tire Grabber at thetiregrabber.com. Protect Systems, it's what professionals choose to clean, polish, and protect their equipment. Protect Systems products are easy to use and provide consistent professional results every time. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America. Hey folks, welcome back to Machinery Pete TV. This week coming at you from Allegan, Michigan. Now, all my 30+ years traveling the US and Canada covering auctions, I do like to provide a few restaurant tips. And if you are ever in Allegan, Michigan, the place you got to check out is the Grill House. You go up, pick out your steak, and you can grill it yourself or have the good folks there do it. And I tell you what, stay tuned because we got some tasty equipment coming up we're going to watch sell. But first, we're going to start off with Share Your Legacy from our friends at Big Iron.
Big Iron Auctions has been proud to share the legacies of rural America in 2023. Though each family is unique, they're bonded by hard work, perseverance, love of country, and love for their families. From the 89-year-old gearhead in Ocheyedan, Iowa.
Since I was old enough to know any kind of tractors, nothing has ever had enough power to suit me.
And that's why they call you the oldest juvenile delinquent to this day.
I think you're probably right.
To the family in Lively Grove, Illinois that started a farm from scratch in 2001.
Created a passion in me. I always dreamed about it. Being a farmer in this country that's the milk and honey of this country. It's what built this place.
Share Your Legacy has been honored to meet these great families. And don't forget the dairy farmer from Wahoo, Nebraska.
You can do the work that you need to do. You can do the hard work, but do the work. Like no matter what it is, and don't let somebody tell you that you can't do something because you're a girl. Sometimes dairy cows need a woman's touch. That's just the way it is.
And the Hereford cows from Central Missouri, and the cowboys from the Texas Panhandle.
Hello. We got to make sure the boys are happy today, don't we?
My folks started building this house in 1929, so I sleep in the bedroom I was born in.
America's legacy is found in its rural communities, on the farms and ranches that continue to feed our nation and the world. The mission continues as Big Iron travels coast to coast throughout the year. To nominate a family's story to be featured in the Share Your Legacy program, please go to bigiron.com and we'll see you soon.
For over 40 years, Big Iron has been America's trusted name in auctions. From farm equipment to real estate, to livestock and classic cars, we offer full service support to all of our sellers. In 2022, Big Iron acquired Sullivan Auctioneers in an effort to elevate the level of service provided to our customers. Both companies sharing similar small town origins, our stories begin the same. Combined, our over 80 years of experience has established best practices to better serve our customers in the online auction space. With our large online selection of equipment, engaged bidder base, and full service approach, we take pride in consistently exceeding our customers' expectations. Big Iron Auctions and Sullivan Auctioneers. Truly, we are better together.
I'm here with John Witter. You have quite a new solution that is going to have a lot of interest, I think, from the farm side and the dealer side.
The system allows us to restore paint back to or better than factory new condition, and most importantly, we can seal and protect that paint so that we do not have to polish it again. The product bonds to the paint and just wipes off with a beautiful finish and shine.
The difference in that's amazing.
It's pretty easy to see which side you'd like, right?
Yeah.
Our vision is to build a product so that people can do their job safely and go home at night to their families.
Hey folks, back here with Ken Darby, Darby Farms in Allegan, Michigan, and it's time we talk about a planter. Ken, your beautiful 2011 CaseIH 1250 16 row.
Yes, I am the second owner of it. It was only a year old when I got it. Came from the local John Deere dealer. I wanted to go to the CaseIH planter for the simplicity of hooking it to a CaseIH tractor and not having to go through the headache of adding different harnesses. It was set up with Martin row cleaners, single disc fertilizer opener for a 2x2. I also then set it up with the Martin spade tooth closers, really very nice planter. Had the covers milled. They run true with the seed disc. It's just an excellent machine with the starter fertilizer. Always been a trouble-free machine. There is a set of new blades and boots and firming points on the sale as well. The planter did not require them. I just had an opportunity to buy them last fall, and so I did, thinking I would do it the next year, but I thought a little too far ahead.
Well, you would be planning, and parts availability was an issue here the last few years.
It was.
Now, but you bought this thing, it was only a couple years old.
It was yes, it was either a year or 2 years old when I got it. I had a John Deere planter, went to a different tractor, which was a 305, and it just was going to be too much to swap stuff to make the John Deere planter talk to the CaseIH tractor in a fashion that I wanted. And I got to the point where, and I think farmers can maybe appreciate this, our right-hand window is almost like, why do we have it? Because there gets to be so many monitors you can't see out of it anyways, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to minimize the amount of monitors in the tractor, and that's why I added a John Blue wireless fertilizer blockage monitor to this. It's Bluetooth right into your iPad. Worked very well. Didn't ever have to hook and unhook wires even for that system. So with this planter, it just hooked right into the ISO bus on the tractor, worked with the Pro 700 monitor.
And you're ready to go.
And you were ready to plant.
All right, folks, it's time to talk a forklift here. And Ken, can you tell us about your 585C?
Yeah, it's a good unit. Been handy as heck. 3-stage, 21 foot, 5,000 pound lifting capacity, side shift, forward reverse shuttle. Brakes are good and park and brake works. Can't beat it for handling seed and anything else that needs to be moved around with pallets or otherwise.
How long have you had it, do you know?
I've had it for, at least 6 years, if not more like 7 now.
Okay. Where did you pick this one up at?
This came local from a dealer down in Dowagiac, Michigan. Bought it from them. It was actually one of their shop machines that they had updated. And so it was in pretty good condition when I got it. As far as I never had to do anything major, except I did fix the parking brake. Okay. But no, it works.
Boy, Ken, I've been seeing some pretty strong buying interest in good used forklifts lately. We were talking before we started filming here. I think you had some interesting insights there. Some of the forklifts maybe just not made as much as in the past.
Yeah, a lot of, well, the construction industry went from the straight mass forklift to the shooting boom style forklift. So that kind of created a lull for the all-terrain, you know, straight mass forklift is what I had noticed. But yeah, and we've got a skid loader as well that we've used around the farm, but it's just not the same as having a real forklift.
Did you have a forklift before you had this?
I had an older one, no power steering, so it was Armstrong, and you learn to appreciate the power steering when you got it. So, and this does have power steering.
So this thing is going to make a nice rig for us.
It makes me a beautiful rig. It's treated me well, and it should treat the next person well.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale. Best way I've seen to fix faded paint? Dakota Shine. Made in South Dakota by Dakota Ag Innovations, a company with a 20-year history of working with top construction equipment manufacturers, now offering Dakota Shine to the farm community to help you keep your equipment looking like new and retain more value when it comes time to sell or trade. Key active ingredient from corn, soy derivatives. Order online at dakotashine.com or visit your regional farm stores to pick up your Dakota Shine today. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. Hey folks, I'm here with Dave Wachowski, District Manager for Big Iron in Michigan. And Dave, here we are kind of still early in 2023. What have you been seeing here in Michigan for the used equipment market and also all the farmers that you talk to, the vibe you're picking up? Give me your description of the used equipment market here, early 23.
It's still really strong. Guys that are, if they're looking for something, they're definitely, through the last few years have gone different avenues to find it. And, before it seemed like it used to be, well, we'll think about that. Now guys they're making up their mind. They find it, and they're acting on it. Yeah, because there's not a huge inventory of equipment in a lot of places. So, that's the one thing. Guys are very decisive now. Right. They're in or they're out.
Yeah, I found the one word that describes the market the past couple of years is availability.
Yeah.
And so here it is today. Here's your chance to get your hands on it. Like say, you have to be aggressive.
Yeah, and that's not to be negative or anything like that, but it's just, you just don't have the luxury to, well, we got 2 or 3 we're gonna sort through, and you kind of gotta know what you want.
This tractor particularly belongs to the daughter and son-in-law. Their son has another high crop. There was only ever 5 of them made, and they have 2 of the 5. Where the other 3 are at, we're not really too sure. They just recently bought this out of Pennsylvania, out of an estate. Like I said, they only ever made 5 of these. This was the start of the high crops back before John Deere and any of them knew what a high crop was. These were kind of made for the muck ground, which is close to Plymouth, where they grow vegetables. You can see that it's a little bit different configuration. Some of them had 38-inch rubber on. This one's just got 28, but the spindles were higher and the front end was all changed around to accommodate the cultivators to cultivate 3 rows of vegetables, radishes, celery, whatever. The favorite Heath that manufactured the tractors also manufactured locomotives and clay machines, and they were a specialty shop basically, and kind of still are. You would come in, order what you wanted, and they would try and accommodate you and build it for you. And I'm guessing that's how this came about. Somebody said, hey, we need something like this that can straddle the vegetable rows and be more efficient than just a 1-row cultivator. This tractor's been restored. It's an older restoration. As you can see, it's not rusty, except for a few spots maybe where the paint has peeled, but yeah, this is an older restoration. Whether they're going to do much with it or not, I don't know. I think they're pretty much going to leave it the way it is. A lot of people like it like that. I know I do. I like to see them in their work clothes, so to speak.
Well, folks, I got to tell you, the world of tillage has changed a lot over my 33.5 years covering auctions, and stay tuned because the feature item on the show today is this beautiful Degelman ProTill 36.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Hey folks, back with Ken Darby, Darby Farms here, Allegan, Michigan. And feature item on the show today, an item that I've seen an intense amount of interest in, these Degelman ProTills. Can you tell us about yours, Ken?
Yeah, I bought it late in May of last year. We had a very late start here with cold, damp weather. Then we got pushed in our short window frame here, and I had to make up some time. And I felt that was the best tool to gain me, and it is. It's a beautiful, works beautiful, does just an absolutely superior job. Just love it. Retiring, so it is, but I looked at it and I realized the fact that it is actually not hard to transport, and the fact that you can take the top rollers off with just a matter of 8 bolts and a few disc blades off, and you can get it down to 12 foot and under 13.6 high. So it didn't bother me bringing it from Illinois back into Michigan. I knew I couldn't tow it behind a pickup.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something that I had to completely, so even though it got brought in at the end of the season, somewhat we would call the end of our season, it was just a matter of hours and it was back in the field and going. So it just was a great decision to do at the time. Would have ran it this year, hands down, but just in the retirement camp, and we decided that we're going to sell it, and but it is a wonderful tool and it's ready to go.
Now, looking back over your farming career, Ken, I mean, tillage has come a long way. This rig, not like what we started with back.
No, and you know, as farmers, sometimes I'm going to admit to say I was the first one to jump on and try new trends, because you're hesitant and money is hard sometimes. And so yes, I've kind of, from full tillage, moldboard plowing back in the day, to going to minimum tillage with chisel plowing, and then even going to the VT disc, a 335 case that we have. I like the tool, but the Degelman just seemed to fit the ticket in some areas better. I was fortunate that I had both, and yes, we did run both last year. I ran them both just kind of as a comparison. At the end of the day, nothing bad about the CaseIH, but the favoritism did go towards the Degelman.
Well, folks, I remember standing at a farm auction in Inwood, Iowa, almost 12.5 years ago. It was February 11th, 2011. Cold, blustery day, but a beautiful line of equipment sailed by my good friends Joe Westra and Mark Zomer. And here's a picture from that auction. They had a 2005 John Deere 7820, only 560 hours on it, sold for $105,500 that day. It was a record price at the time, but right next to it was another tractor that set a record. It was a 2000 model John Deere 9100 four-wheel drive with 750 hours on it, sold for $102,000. Now that stood as the record high auction price for a very, very, very long time. In fact, when you hop in our machinerypete.com website, all the auction prices are free. You can do a search on a John Deere 9100, which I've done here. Search by the highest auction price first. You can see $102,000 back February 11th of 2011. And more recently, just last fall, you can see the third highest price ever, a 2001 model with 4,223 hours on it, farm auction, Creston, Iowa. It sold for $98,000. Now those were the first and the third highest auction prices until just recently here, until May 10th, when our good friends at BigIron.com had their weekly sale. And within that sale was a retirement line from Timken, Kansas. And it had this tractor on it, incredible 98 model 9100, only 699 actual one owner hours on it. It sold for $157,000. So yes, $55,000 over the record from almost 12 and a half years ago. Well folks, 10 plus years of doing Machinery Pete TV episodes, 33 plus years tracking auction prices. I could never have imagined that we'd be sitting here talking about a disc that just sold for $140,000 at auction. But that's what we saw today. Our feature item, that Dagelman ProTill 36, ton of buyer demand for that baby, $140,000. So let's see, in 33 years from now, I'll be 90 years old. I wonder what a good disc will sell for then. I sure hope I'm around to find out. See you back here next week. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. For farmers working to lift, change, and repair tires, check out the Tire Grabber at thetiregrabber.com. Protect Systems, it's what professionals choose to clean, polish, and protect their equipment. Protect Systems products are easy to use and provide consistent professional results every time. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America.